Hey, this is Mike from the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today we're looking at Heroes of Tenefyr, the Second Curse. If you're a frequent follower of the channel, you might remember we already did a playthrough of Heroes of Tenefyr as well as a full review, but their first expansion is coming to Kickstarter, and they sent us a demo copy to try it out and show it off. Quick disclaimer that we were not paid for this content. We just want to show you how the expansion looks in case you might be interested. Now I'm just going to do one video for this, a playthrough, since I already did a full review. But if you want to hear my thoughts on the expansion, look at the timestamps in the pinned comment I left and you should be able to jump right to it. Last time I did a playthrough, I simulated 3 players for it. This time I'm going to show you what full solo play looks like so you can kind of compare. The expansion comes with 4 new heroes, and I also have one that might be unlocked as a stretch goal, the Ranger. I'm actually going to try out the Ranger in this playthrough, and when you play solo, you pick a second hero, and you get to basically control one person with both of their powers. So I'm going to be the new Techno Mage, and also the Ranger with her Wolf ally. To set up the solo game, you take 12 value 1 basic cards, which is double a regular deck, and 12 value 0 basic cards. And you mix in both skill cards of your chosen classes. This big 26 card deck will be your starting deck. Next, you're going to set up your dungeon decks, and they come in 5 levels, 1 through 5. And some dungeon cards will have a little symbol in the corner that shows they're keyed to one of the heroes. In the original game, it was an optional variant to remove cards that didn't match the heroes you're playing, but now that they've pretty much doubled the number of dungeon cards, they have added a ton. It's a automatic rule now that you have to take out all the cards that don't match your heroes. So I'm going to go ahead and add in the 12 cards that match my heroes. There are 6 per hero. That's more than there were in the original game. And then I'll shuffle each of these and get them set up. You lay out 2 random reward cards for each dungeon, and then you take 4 cards of the matching level and turn over the top one. So you create 10 dungeons total, 2 of each level. Here's what it looks like when it's all set up. And finally, you either pick a boss or randomly determine one. They have 4 new ones with the game. I was only sent 3 with the demo. And let's see, Bog Witch, Thousands of Goblins. Let's try out Old Man Willow, Ancient of the Wood. So this is a big guy with very high values. Jeez, 13. All right, we're going to see if we can crush this guy. So we shuffle his 4 cards, and they kind of go to the right of everything else. We're going to pick our difficulty level, which basically determines how long we have to build up our decks before the boss comes. Well, I'll go ahead and do normal, because the game is certainly tough enough. And when playing with the new Ranger class, you have one more step to set up. You have this special wolf deck that will control her little familiar helper person here. And you start out with 3 bite cards with value 1, 3 play cards with value 0, and 1 alpha card, which will let you upgrade your deck as time goes along. And also the new Techno Mage uses these gear tokens to power some of his abilities, so we're going to have those ready. All right, and with that, we are ready to start. So to give a quick overview of basic gameplay, in the game you choose one dungeon you want to fight in. You usually want to start with the level 1s, but you could go all the way up if you wanted to. You put your little token there, and you begin by combating the first monster available. Now they'll sometimes have special text, the gargoyle doesn't, and they'll have a certain amount of combat power you have to reach based on the number of players. When you're playing solo, you count as though you're playing 2 players, so you're trying to reach 4. If you can get 4 combat power, you get to add the monster card to your deck. So that's how you deck build, by actually taking the powers of the monsters. Once you defeat a monster, you can choose to continue down, going to the next card, or run away. And if you can get all the way through all 4 monsters in a dungeon, then you gain the reward card, usually giving you a choice. If you completely defeat a dungeon or you run away, you only advance the marker 1 space, but if you're defeated in the dungeon yourself, you have to advance it 2 spaces, doubling the amount of time you've lost. So you want to push your luck some, but not too much. As for how the actual combat works, you take turns drawing 3 card hands, and you basically decide if you want to keep that or discard it and draw another 3 card hand. Once you're ready to stick with it, you get the combat value of all the cards in your hand, and also if they have any special abilities, you get to resolve those as well, but only for the cards you keep. In a multiplayer game, each player takes turns doing this when you total all your power together, but in a solo game, you basically get to play 2 full turns. So let's say I liked those 2 that I had already drawn. That would be 4 more, and here that would be enough to defeat the gargoyle and add his card to my deck. It's as simple as that. So you keep on fighting different dungeons until you get to the skull, and then you have to face the boss. And if you can defeat the boss's 4 cards, you win the game. If not, you lose. All right, so let's get right into it. So I have a gargoyle, a 4 strength, and just a basic 2 damage attack. Not too bad there, my first level 1. And let's see, if I win this, I can either get a level 2 dungeon card from the reserve added to my deck for free. That's pretty nice. Or look at all the cards in one dungeon and place them in the order of your choice. Well, I'd rather get the card, I think. My other option here is to fight a Goblin Berserker. He's a 4, but I can discard a card from the top of my deck, and if it's a 0, he becomes a 3. That might help me. And he's got a lunge. You may search your deck for a basic card and put it into your hand, and this is +1 power if you are the Barbarian, Paladin, or Techno Mage. So just a straight up 2, or because I am a Techno Mage, a 1 that also lets me get another basic card into my hand, which would basically usually be a 2, but using an extra card. So yeah, I think this gargoyle makes sense for the guy to go for first. Don't forget, we're going for 2 hands here. So first, hey, that's great. I did reshuffle, but I still drew 2 attack. So he's half dead. I'll stick with that hand. And for my second hand, since I'm playing solo, oh my gosh. Well, this is great in that I defeated him, but I do only have 12 ones in my deck, and I just went through almost half of them. 5 are gone. So those are all discarded. I get the Gargoyle's Bash. It has some extra flavor text. Looks like I'm using a gargoyle leg to hit people with. But I've got a 2 in my discard pile, so I won't get to use it this fight generally. Now I have to decide if I want to go on or not. Remember, if I go on and fail, then I advance via marker 2 spaces and lose twice as much time. But I can't see what the enemy is before I make that choice. But sure, we can still defeat something else. Kobold, just a weak little 2 guy, although I'm assuming that his power is not too good either. All right, my first draw. And if I defeat him with my first draw, I don't have to do a second draw, of course. And wow, I did. Okay, so that's 7 ones gone, plus both of my character cards are still in my deck, though, and 5 ones, but I'm going to get a lot of zeros soon. This guy, you may search your deck for 1 card and put it into your discard pile, then you can draw an extra card. So, nothing terrible. I mean, it basically just lets me get rid of a 0. But the weak thing about this is I have to choose to keep my 3-card hand before I resolve any abilities. So, I'm basically trading an extra card that I don't get to see instead of having like a card that I would know what it is. That's really not a great card for my deck, but better than nothing. All right, I think we can go one more. We still haven't gotten our skill cards. Cowardly Goblin. At the start of the combat, if you are in a level 1 dungeon, I am, put this card at the bottom of a level 2 dungeon of your choice. What is this thing? If you lose this combat, advance the boss token 1 step instead of 2. That's not that great of an ability. Let's put them at the bottom of the Rotworm deck. Rotworms give you extra power if you have a lot of zeros in your deck, which I don't want to. I want to call them. Or a Goblin Scout. So yeah, let's put it at the bottom of the Rotworm deck, because I think I'm going to avoid that one. Alright, well that was interesting. No fight for that round, so we might as well go again. Just a basic Goblin. 3 to defeat, and he only gives me a 1 card. What a waste. Well, this shouldn't be too hard. I think I'll clear this dungeon out quickly. Okay, there's all the zeros I expected. Okay, so we'll definitely discard that one. That one's fine. We'll keep that. And we got both my powers, which isn't necessarily great. So let's look at both of these because we're going to see these a lot. Techno Mage lets me gain 2 gears. Those again are the little tokens. And I can draw an extra card, or I can spend up to 7 gears to give this +1 power for each gear. So basically I build up gears and then replace this card, or I just go all out with a bunch of gears. As for the Ranger, I can discard the top 2 cards from my deck to let my Wolf take a turn, drawing 2 cards during its draw step. So basically, the Wolf attack works the same as our attack. So I draw 2 cards at a time, either discard them or keep them, until I'm happy with the result. So I'm definitely going to keep this. Probably, I might draw 1 just from the Techno Mage's redraw, but I'm also building up. So I'm going to get 2 gear tokens, and then I draw... Okay, so I still have 0, so my Wolf will need to take care of the other point. And then I got to discard 2 cards to use the Wolf. And that's where my last damage needs to come from. So there are 3 1-damage cards in here, 3 0-damage cards, and then 1 card called Alpha that lets me upgrade my deck. So I would love to get a 1 and an Alpha if I'm lucky, but the chances of both of those coming out together is, I guess, a bit low. Okay, so a bite and a play. No, I might as well wait until I see my final bite. Ah, crud. Okay, so this is a double bite, which means all I have left are zeros in my Alpha, and the Alpha is a 0, so I have to take this if I want to win the combat. So there we go. So the Goblin comes to me with his weak little slash. Nothing too impressive there. And I discard all the rest of my cards, although I'm about to reshuffle my entire deck because I defeated the entire dungeon. And yeah, I'm definitely going to do the take a level 2 dungeon card from the reserves. Those are the cards that didn't get shuffled into dungeons. And choose a player to add to that player's deck. That'll be me. Yes, I'm not going to do the other option. All right, I got a special Technomancer card. If you are the Technomancer and you have 3 or more gears, this card gets +1 power or +2 power if you have 7 or more gears. So it's not actually going to help me much right now. It'll just be a 1. It could go up to a 3, but still not great because then I'm not spending my gears. So not super impressed with that. Wish I'd gotten something else. So because I was not defeated in the dungeon, in this case I was successful, I only advanced this 1 space toward fighting the boss. And after reshuffling my decks, including my wolf deck, I'm ready to go. So, Goblin Berserker's not too hard to hurt, and the ability's decent. Goblin Scout's super easy to defeat, but then every other enemy in this dungeon will get +1 power, which might mean I'm not able to defeat any of them. Darklight is a 1 attack. I mean, look at the next dungeon card in the current dungeon. That's not that great either. The other level 2 deck has a Rotworm with 7 strength. I mean, I pretty much just have things that do 1 damage right now, so I don't think that's even potentially possible. So let's go for the other level 1 for now and take it a little bit slow. Okay, it says at the start of the combat, the starting player may discard the top card of the deck. If it's a basic 0 card, this enemy gets -1 power. Might as well. And, oh no! I lost my wolf attack from that? That's a bummer. I do have the 2 gear tokens. Alright, so now I gotta take my actual attack. No, I don't think I'll keep that. I need to try to get at least 2 per draw. Whoops, I drew too many. But it's all zeros. Get rid of those. Ah, crud. Okay. Well, I haven't gone through too many ones. I've certainly gone through a lot of zeros. Okay, we'll keep this. I got my slash, my charge punch, but I don't have enough gears to benefit from it, so it's just a basic 1. That's 2 out of the 4 I need. Second draw. Yes. Oh, and I got my Technomage. So I will, let's see, do I have to draw the extra card? I may draw 1 extra card. I will definitely get the 2 extra gears, but I won't draw the extra card. All right, so let's see. So I got 4 total. I guess a question in solo is, do I get the newly charged gears? I don't think so. I think I resolved this ability when I play it, so it would still only be a 1, even though I got gears later. By the way, it's enough to defeat this guy, get the lunge, that for me being a Technomage will be 1 power, and let me get another basic card from my deck. With all those zeros out of the way, pretty confident about going on. Kargface Thug. At the start of the combat, the starting player searches their deck for a basic 1 card and discards it. Okay, but there's only a 3, so not terrible. I'm getting low on cards. I don't think I'm going to be able to defeat this entire place. Okay, I've certainly got to keep that, but I still need 1 more, unfortunately. Gosh, yeah, I'm really low on cards. Okay, well, I got the exact 3 I needed and got rid of a bunch more zeros. I can probably go on for 1 more enemy. I do have enough cards to draw 2 full hands, plus a bit extra. So let's see, this is a 1. If you're the Paladin, Cleric, or Bard, 1 player may choose a card with 1 power from the discard pile and shuffle it into their deck. So unfortunately, they do still have cards like these that might not key to your powers, so it's not terrible. It's just a regular 1, though. Right, my chances aren't fabulous here, but I'm certainly going to go for it. Okay, a Slime. Just 3, no special power. All right, I can get this guy. Come on, let's hit him in 1 go. No, okay. And then, yeah, I guess I'm not going to finish this dungeon off. There's my 2. And a Ponder. Yeah, well, okay. Had some good cards there at the end. But this one I like a lot. Recover. Choose 1 card from your discard pile and put it into your hand. So as long as you don't draw this early, that can be pretty powerful even in the late game. And with only 1 card left in my deck, I'm certainly not going to continue. So let's see, what would I get if I defeated this? You may remove 1 card of your choice from your deck, and you may put 1 basic card of your choice from your deck in your discard pile. I mean, that's nice, but I mean, I can't afford to do an entire turn just to defeat 1 card, so I think I'm going to move on. All right, 1 space advanced. You know, maybe I should go for the Rotworm, because that Darklight card doesn't actually look that good. That was 7 strength. There's only a few cards in my deck that could really get me that high, but hey, maybe I'll just defeat 1 or 2 guys and then come back again. All right, let's see how we start off. Okay, so what would this do? Oh my gosh, recover on my first draw. Give me a break here. So that's useless because there's no discard pile to draw from. This would be 1 power, and I can add another basic card. So I could make this 3. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. So I'll go and grab another basic 1. So, yeah, it's 3 because, again, I'm +1 since I'm a Technomage for that lunge card. Now I need 4 more from this. And, again, there's only a few cards. It's a great draw, but not enough. Nope. Okay, yeah. I'm certainly not going to be able to fight anything else after this. Okay. So this is one of the cards that could do it. I didn't want to have to use all of them. But, yes, I can spend as many gears as I want to get +1 power for each. So that'll be 4 all from a single card, and I'll defeat the Rotworm. And the Rotworm's power is interesting in that it encourages not culling. I get +3 power if I have 3 or more basic zeros in my discard pile, so I don't necessarily want to get rid of them from my deck. But hey, it's a 4 by itself if you get it, which is pretty awesome. Oh man, now do I go for another one? They can't all have 7 strength, right? Let's go for it. 6. Golem. During their play step, each player may draw 2 extra cards and then discard 1 card of their choice from their hand. Now, it has to be after I choose to keep my hand. So, again, I'll only be able to do it once I say I want these cards, but I can do it for each of my theoretical plays. So, that should be okay. So I need a 6. Come on, you got this. You got this. Charge Punch would have been stronger, but hey, I'll totally take 3. And I guess I'll go and use the power to draw 2 extra and discard 1. There we go. Now it's 4. And my second play, I got 1. Ponder. You may search your deck for 1 card and put it in your discard pile, then you may draw an extra card. Okay, let's try this. I'm taking a little bit of a chance. So I'm going to get rid of a 0 to increase my odds here. I'm going to use the Golem's ability to draw 2. I just have to get at least 1. Oh, awesome. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He is done. And there we go. Another better card. Headbutt. You may draw 1 extra card and then discard 1 card of your choice from your hand. I love it. All right, let's see. I'm down to 9 cards. I know one of them is my Ranger card that could get me an extra attack or 2 from the Wolf. Let's get me through my discard pile, which you're allowed to do. I have 5 zeros in here and no basic ones. So I think my chances are slim. I'm going to not take it. So I believe you'll get to see the new card for next time. An Imp. Oh, we've only been 3? But at the start of the combat, each player shuffles 2 basic zeros from the discard pile back into their deck. Wow, we've had a lot of zeros. And his teamwork ability is not good in a solo game, so I might just avoid that. Once again, I left on my own terms, but gosh, I haven't gotten very many powerful things yet, and that boss is creeping closer. So I don't love the Imp on top of the level 2 deck. Should I go for the Goblin Scout? And I could fight the Orc Warlock. He ignores the text on my cards, but it's only 5 strength. It wouldn't be too hard to defeat. Only 1 power may ignore the text on the enemy card. That's pretty decent. Or at the other level 3, only a 6. At the start of each player's turn, the player takes a basic 0 card from their reserves and shuffles it into their deck. Oh my gosh, he makes my deck weaker each time I fight him. Then Instruct. Each player may choose a card from their discard pile and put in another player's discard pile. Yeah, let's ignore this guy entirely. I don't like anything about him. But let's skip the level 2s and try level 3, at least for the moment. So I need a 5. I'm ignoring the text on my card, so if I get like my special skill cards, it won't help at all. 2. Should I stick with the 2? Yeah, I think I should. I've got some 2 value cards in here now, so I have a decent chance of getting 3 more. Okay, so the lunge would do nothing, so that would just be a 1. No. Also just be a 1. He's going great. Also just be a 1. It's 2. Not enough. Come on. 2 again. Oh, this is going terribly. 2, no. There we go. Okay, so that's 3. I'm ignoring the text on the card. So I just get my 5. And I get my little ignore an enemy text, which could be useful against a boss later. Oh my gosh, that went through a lot of my deck. I've got about 4 tries in here. But darn, I'm going to go for it. Not too high, not too high. 7. At the start of the combat, enemy player must search their deck for 2 dungeon cards and remove them to defeat this enemy. So remove means take out of your deck entirely. I think I can afford that. I like Headbutt. I like Disenchant. Aid doesn't actually do anything for me. It's just a level 1. I can definitely get rid of that. And then Ponder's kind of crud too, because again, I don't know what I'm going to draw. So yeah, let's get rid of both of those. I got another Technomage ability. If you're the Technomage, you may gain a gear, or you may spend 2 gears to draw a card of your choice from your discard pile. Wow. Well, still in the same situation, right? So I guess I'll go for it again. Right hand. At the end of the starting player's turn, if the starting player is less than 6 power, and you are in a level 3 dungeon, shuffle this enemy into the boss deck. Darn it. I'm definitely not going to get 6 power after my first turn, which means he's going to go away. I won't have lost to him, but he's going to make the boss stronger. Man. Yeah, unless there's some magical card I'm not aware of in my deck. Yeah, I mean, 3. I mean, I guess I might as well just keep on drawing, because I'm definitely not going to go on to the last card. 1 and the Ranger skill. You know what? Let's go ahead and try to level up my Wolf, get something good out of this. There we go, Alpha and a Bite. So Alpha, you may take 1 Wolf card of your choice from the reserve and put it in your discard pile. Oh, I'm sorry, I would have had to discard 2 cards from my deck to use the Ranger ability. So you got some cool options here. Growl, remove a card of your choice from the Wolf discard pile so you can make the Wolf deck stronger, get rid of its zeros. Fetch, you can get a card from the Ranger deck and put it on top of the Ranger deck. It's pretty awesome. Rip, discard the top card of the Ranger deck to draw an extra Wolf card. That doesn't seem too good. I think either culling his deck or... Fetch seems too great. Getting any card I want on top of my deck for when I'm about to draw again? Yes. All right, so what did I actually have? 2 attack? Yes, I did not defeat the right-hand man then. So he's running away, making the boss even stronger. Ah, it's going to bite me later. So I'm down to basically no cards left. I'm certainly not going to go on to fight this guy, but let's see who he was. Minotaur 7. Ooh, but a 3 attack? I might just spend a whole turn getting that. Let's see what the reward would be. You put up to 4 basic cards of your choice from your deck and your discard pile. That would let me get like a bunch of zeros out of my deck for another fight. Ooh, and would make sure my dragon card does 4 attack. Or take a random level 1 dungeon card from the reserve and add it to your deck. Well, no, definitely not. See, I think I might just fight the Minotaur next turn and set myself up for a really big turn after. Let's see, how's my timing looking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I never die, I could theoretically still get some level 4s and some level 5s. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and go for the Minotaur. Have just a single fight for this entire turn. Now he's 7, nothing to sneeze at. I'd love to kill him and also like get some ranger upgrades or build up some gears, but I guess that's not too likely. Okay, 2, not good enough. Ignoring the text won't help me. Recovering card from my discard pile barely matters. Those weren't useful. Okay, come on, no. That's just a regular level 1. So with Lunge's power, this would be 2 points. I can get another 1 to my hand. 3. Nah, not enough. Right, come on, where are my big hitters? So that'd be 2, and I could get 2 gears and draw another card. And then I've got some cards that do 4 in here. I'm pretty sure I'll be safe with that, so let's do it. So I'm building up 2 gears. I get to draw a replacement card. Okay, so I need 5 from my deck, but I should definitely have enough zeros in here now to trigger the dragon, which will be 4 by itself, so come on, we should be okay. 3, no. I don't have enough gears to get charge points, so that's only 3, so I can't trust Headbutt to give me the cards I need. 1, no. Ah, there we go. Ah, perfect. And I got some other cards to help out. So this is 4 power since I have enough zeros in my discard pile. That's 6, actually. 6, 8. Plus, no, that's it. Just 8. So yeah, I defeat him. So I get the stomp. I'm going to choose to put 4 basic cards in my discard pile at the start of this next fight. And there'll be 4 zeros. So I'll be set up for some stronger hands. And, oh man, we are getting close. So I'm definitely not into fighting the Mushman. So I guess I'll go up to level 4. Feral Wolf. 9. At the end of the combat, the ranger may remove a card from their wolf deck. So that's nice. He levels me up automatically. What's his ability? Unleash the wolf. If you are the ranger, your wolf may take a turn. Your wolf draws 3 cards during its draw step. If you're not the ranger, plus 2 power. But it's just a 0, so I don't know if that's great. Let's see the other guy. Also 9. No bonus or penalty. Oh, but he's just a 4? I think I'm going to go for that one. Don't forget, this time I'm starting with 4 zeros in my discard pile. It's not a great draw because it's kind of a great draw. 3, but not great enough. I hate to discard a 2, but I think I need to. Come on, charge punch. You need to boost yourself up. 3. Oh, this is terrible. Okay. Yeah, no, definitely not with the lunge. That's another 3 draw, 2 draw. I do have bigger cards in here, right? Oh, this is great. This is great. So I got 3 from Stomp, plus 1, and then I can draw any card from my discard pile. So let's get my bash back. So that's 2, 3, 6. So now a 3 hand would be enough. Okay, no, it's 2, and I can ignore the text. He doesn't have any, so never mind. 2 again. Well, I'm definitely going to only fight this guy, clearly. I can't take the chance of having the Techno Mage draw nothing with his draw. What would have it been? Oh, it would have been enough. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely defeating him here, but getting nothing else. So that's 5 since I have the zeros in my deck. But I get a straight up 4. It's certainly going to help to beat some big guys later. Oh my gosh, I'm down to nothing. I certainly can't fight again. Is it a winning strategy to run away after a single fight? I'm thinking it's probably not. Let's see, what's this? A ghost. Each basic 1 card gets -1 power. This enemy can only be defeated during the last player's turn, which would be my second turn in this case. What does power do? 2, and you may search your deck for up to 4 cards of your choice and put them in your discard pile. That's pretty decent, I guess. But the big problem here is, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, maybe I'm crazy, but I think I'm going to fight a level 5. Because look, this guy's 10. He's only 1 more than the wolf in the level 4 deck, but he gives me a 5 straight up, which is crazy. So, yeah, I can at least beat him, and then maybe if I'm lucky, I'll be able to fight somebody else, too. All right, come on. Give me my good things when I need them. No, not recover is my first thing. A revitalizing surge. I'm going to gain a gear or spend 2 gears to draw a card of my choice from my discard pile. 2 things to draw from my discard pile when I don't have a discard pile. God, what bad luck. Okay. Yeah, I got to keep digging, unfortunately. Ignore the text. Has never helped me. Okay. Well, here's a crush. So I'm certainly going to use this. Oh, and my wolf and my lunge. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to use my ranger skill and discard 2. That wasn't great. That means I'm doing a 2 attack from my wolf deck. 2. Can't really argue with that, so let's stop there. So that's 6, 7 from the lunge bonus. Then I can grab an extra basic card. Let's go and grab one of those. It makes it 8. So that's awesome, man. Now I just need not to draw a bunch of good stuff. Come on. All right, so that was 4, more than I needed, but I definitely defeat this guy and get the 5. I think I need to go on. I still have my dragon card that will do 4 damage, so I should have a decent chance against somebody else. Oh, man. A 10, but every basic card gets -1 power. I do not know if I'm going to win this. All right, come on now. There goes the bash. That would have helped. Okay, that's good. Get rid of all of them at once. Okay, that's decent because I did get another card as well. So that's 4 because I do have 3 basic zeros. 6, I can draw 1 extra card and then discard a card of my choice. Okay, that's fine. I got rid of it because those are worth nothing. That's worth 0 because of his power. See, now, that little skeleton ability that would have let me ignore his text would have been great. So I don't know if this is even possible. I need to get 4 power, but from non-basic cards. Yeah, Charge Punch isn't going to do it because I don't have enough tokens. Slash definitely won't do it. Oh, man, I have no chance. No. All right, final cards. Okay. Almost. I was close. If I'd had 4 gears, I could have used that. So I can at least gain 2 gears before I lose. But, that's too bad. I only got to 6. So he stays on top of his deck. But now a nightmare. Oh, my gosh. 2 away from midnight. All right, so now do I want to fight the Armored Minotaur again? Floating Eyeball. Search your deck for 1 card with the highest power and discard it at the start of combat? It's actually not as bad for me because I have cards that get things back from the discard. Then even if I drew that like slime on the first attack, this card's not as good as the Minotaur there, but the Minotaur might take like my entire turn just to get down to the cards I need to defeat him. See, his reward, take a level 2 dungeon card of your choice from reserve, that's it. Or may give 1 card of your choice from your deck to another player. Nope. Search the boss deck for a non-boss card, remove it from the boss deck and add it to a player's deck. I could get rid of that jerk that jumped into the boss deck. Oh, man. Can I get through 4 of these cards in 2 turns? Maybe I can. Let's go for the eyeball. So this power makes me discard the Obliterate right off the start, but I can get it back. Oh, wow. So that worked out about the best it could have, because there's the Obliterate from my recover. So that's 7. I still need 4 more. Gosh, he's tough. Okay, that would be 2 plus another 1. Not enough. What is this? So it's 3. I just need 1 more. If you're the Technomage, you may gain a gear, or you may spend 2 gears to draw a card of your choice from your discard pile. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll do it. So I'm going to spend 2 of my 4 gears. And I can draw a card of my choice. It's going to get a lunge. Here's why. That gives me the 11 I need. But the lunge lets me get a card into my hand that's basic. I'm going to take a basic 0 into my hand, and that'll take it out of my deck and make my dragon more likely to fire off. All right, so 2. You may look at the top 5 cards of a player's deck and put them back in the order of your choice. That's decent. All right, this time we're certainly going on. What the? Lost Goblin. 2. At the end of the combat, if you are in a level 5 dungeon, put this card at the bottom of a level 1 dungeon of your choice. And then Defensive Stance. At the end of the combat, you may shuffle this card into your deck. That's a pretty cool little ability, but I guess the key thing is he's going to run away, and I'll be able to keep going. So I just want to get 1 hand. That's enough to kill him. There we go. Don't need to waste any other cards. So he runs away into the only level 1 deck left. The slime's actually decently useful, but no, I don't think I'll go back and fight them. Oh, my chances of getting down to that ability now are more likely. 11. Whenever a player draws a basic card, they discard it and draw a new card. Show me your true potential. That's cool. I think this is one of the new ones. So, okay. Just keep on drawing until I get cool things. I don't mind that, I guess. So, let's see. What would be my 3? Nope, I keep on drawing. Nope. Nope. Okay, so I got Ranger. I got Comeback for 4 attack. Another 1. All players may ignore the text on the enemy card. I don't know if I want to, but I'll definitely keep that. So I just have to discard 2 more to use my Wolf. That was fine. They would have been nothing potentially anyway. All right, Wolf, what you got for me? Alpha in play. I'd love to do Alpha, but that's not going to help me win here. Bite in play now. Fetch and play. 1 and search the Ranger deck for 1 card, put it on top of the Ranger deck. Yes. I mean, what's left? I actually didn't draw any other bites yet, so I think I'd rather just go for 2 bites. Yes. So what does that give me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 4 more. There's only 1 level 5 left. I could ignore her ability, but I don't think I want to because I don't really want 0s and 1s. Okay, so actually that would have been enough to kill her. Ah, well there we go. So I'll play the Technomancer first and get 2 more tokens, and that will make me have 4 with the Charge Punch. I don't need to draw any extra cards or anything, so there we go. What did she get me? Plus 4 power if you have 6 or more basic 0 cards in your discard pile. 6 or more, I mean, oh, actually, wait, ooh. This is, like, crazy powerful for a solo deck because I have a ton of 0s. So, yes, I didn't realize. I guess the Dragon's better for solo as well because you have more 0s that are going in that shared discard pile. 9 cards. Don't forget, if I fail to defeat this person, then I will go straight to the boss. So I think I have to stop. Let's see what it would have been. 13. Starting player must draw 3 extra cards during the draw step. I don't think I could have defeated that. But, we certainly will go for him for our final turn before the boss, and then we'll get rid of that little helper that's in the boss's deck. All right, so this is good. I'm feeling decent about this. Let's go for it. So he's got 13 strength, but I can go all out for him, and I'm going to get 6 cards for the first player instead of just 3. So I'm not too worried. See if I can get some skills and buff myself up a little bit. Okay, Foresight. I can look at the top 5 cards. If I can get another gear, I can power up my Wolf and get some more gears. Okay, I mean, I got to keep this, and then I'll go for huge cards for my next thing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get a gear from that. And I could use the gears, but I want to get ready for the boss. I'm going to get 2 more gears from that and draw a card. Just a 1. That doesn't matter if I ignore his text. What do I have so far? That's 4. I still have the Ranger ability. 5, 6 from Foresight. Ooh, the Ranger ability discards 2 cards from my deck, but Foresight lets me look at the top 5 cards in my deck and put them back in any order. So let's look at them first and then discard 2 with the Ranger. Lunge. I mean, none of these are great, but I'm definitely going to put those for discard. Yeah, the problem is Karma won't get a boost because I don't have any 0s in my discard pile, even with those 2. So, oh well, I'll probably be skipping past Karma. Okay, I discard those 2 cards. Let's see what my Wolf has got for me. Bite into play, not good enough. Bite into play again. Fetch and a bite, sure. Oh, crud. I put my Karma 3rd down. So Fetch lets me get any card I want, but now when I get it, Karma is going to be out of position. Actually, hold on a second. Do I even need to worry about this? I have a 5 in my deck. I've got, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I would need to draw the 5 and something else. Okay, I will do this. And yeah, I can just put my 5 on top and make sure I defeat this guy because I've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I draw from my next hand. And yes, way more than enough. All right, let's see. What have I got? Unleash. I spend up to 6 gears. Draw an extra card for each gear spent. That is nice. I'd kind of rather use them for +7 attack. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right, I do reach the reward. I can get rid of a non-boss card. Or +3 in the next combat. No, we're not doing that. So this is pretty big. I get rid of this guy, which means I don't have to fight an entire 7-strength monster. And I get a 6 against the boss. Oh, thank God for that. Speaking of the boss, here we go. Let's see how we fare. So 4 cards we got to get through, and first one, Ancient of the Wood. His big thing is that he helps you and hurts you. So at the start of combat, each player may shuffle up to 2 cards of their choice from their discard pile under their deck. That doesn't help me. But then the enemy gets +1 power for each card shuffled back this way as well. So he's just a straight up 13. I can beat a 13. Of course, the question is, can I beat a 13 and then 3 other 13s or so? All right. Well, that's some trash. We're definitely going to discard. Great start, but at least we didn't get our slime right away. No, it's not going to cut it. Draw a card of my choice from my discard pile. I would have loved to have that later. But no. Okay. I got Ranger and Technomage. Technomage can be 7 by itself. I guess I have to use it, right? Okay. So I guess I'll spend all of them, which means my Charge Punch is going to be worthless again. That gives me 7 power. Do I discard 2? Gosh, I hope I don't get rid of really good cards. Please help me. No, I lost my karma. Darn it. But I do get 2 from my wolf deck. No. No. Wait. So these... Okay. Yeah, I'll go and do the fetch and putting something on top of my deck. So I have 7, 8. So I just need 5 more. I'm going to take a chance, put a 4 on top of my deck, and hope that I just get like a 1. Oh man, what if I get like a ton of stuff? Please no, please no. Okay. The disenchant doesn't matter, so yes, I get 6 instead of 5, but I do defeat him. Of course, my wolf is already exhausted. I went through like half of my deck. This is not looking great. Alright, second card. At the start of the combat, each player searches their deck for a level 4 or higher dungeon card and discards it. Oh no, at the end of the combat, the starting player may shuffle all level 2 dungeon cards from the discard pile into their deck. That's not great. Well, I've got 3 level 4 or higher. I've got my 5 attack, my 3, and spend gears to draw cards. That's not really going to help me at all. And then my 2, and look at the top 5 cards. I guess I have to keep the Foresight, because, again, I don't really have a way to get gears. So even though this is 1 weaker, it lets me set up my next draw. I don't know if that's the right call, but let's do it. Alrighty. Come on. Oh, I'm definitely keeping this. Oh my gosh. 3 plus 3 is 6. 8. Choose a card from my discard pile. What can I get? I was going to get Karma and defeat him outright, but I only have 5 zeros, not 6. Yeah, so I guess just a straight up 4 is my best bet here. So that's 6, 8, 12. I just need a 1. Hope I don't throw away something great. Oh, well, okay. I can set up with Foresight, although I did overspend there. Although I'm going to shuffle all my level 2 cards back into my deck. I guess I'll have to decide if I want to do that. But hey, look, I've got a 4, 9, 12 attack on top of my deck if I don't shuffle the level 2s back in. Well, that was an easy choice. I clearly didn't fight very many level 2s because there are 0 level 2s in my discard pile. Alright, come on. It'd be awesome if it was just a 12 and I could beat him straight up. At the start of the combat, each player shuffles 1 card of their choice from the discard pile into their deck. Darn it! I guess I get to shuffle a card back in, but And I could do Karma, which will be worth 7, but I still only have 5 zeros, so let's do the 6 one. At the end of the combat, the starting player discards the top 3 cards from their deck. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so I do have 3 basic zeros, so that's 4, 7, 8. Awesome, I only need 5 more. Way too much. Okay. So, yeah, it's 6, 7, 8. I get 16 instead of 13. I can discard 3 cards. Don't be big. Don't be big. Okay. Hey, I can definitely deal with that. Alright, last one. Whenever a player discards their hand during the draw step, they may choose one of those cards and shuffle it into their deck. Huh. It's a pretty cool one. I don't have very many cards left, though, but hey, maybe I'll use it. Okay, so sure. I'll shuffle the headbutt back in, because that's not strong enough. God, I only have 8 cards left. Okay, so I can only do that, like, once more. Okay, I'll keep that, I guess. So that's 4. Let's go and use the headbutt. Okay, and I'll discard the basic. Okay, I only have 4 cards left. I hope that 4th one is not a really good one. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Okay, well, there we go. We end right at the... last chance. 7, 8, 9. 4 shy. What was this last card? Just another basic 0. Darn it. Really close. Within 4 points of defeating this guy. Just shy of winning. But there you go. That's Heroes of Tenefyr with the second Curse expansion. It's on Kickstarter now. And if you want to hear my thoughts on the expansion, we're going to go right into it. So overall, I'm really happy with the expansion. I already liked Heroes of Tenefyr, but if you watch my review, one of my main cons was that the variety didn't seem great. And now having, with stretch goals, I guess, for the Ranger and such, having more than twice as many heroes, having more than twice as many bosses, that's great. And then basically double the number of cards and abilities you can gain, awesome. I also like that both for the new characters and for the old ones, they increased the number of unique cards that match them and made it an official rule that you take out all the other cards. That way you're getting more stuff that keys to your heroes more frequently, and I like that. Now, one small note, though, that does mean that setup will take a little bit longer, because now you have to go through the decks and take out ones that don't match your heroes, or you can keep them all in a pile and then shuffle them in like I did. But it does mean the expansion adds a bit of time to both setup and teardown. And just to talk about the new heroes a bit, I do like them a lot. The Ranger and the Technomage you saw have kind of new mechanics that are a lot of fun. The Paladin and the Tactician are great support characters, so they make co-op more fun. And the Gravemaster is just cool. She keeps on bringing back cards from her discard pile over and over again. So they all have kind of a cool, unique thing. They're cards that they can gain from the decks boost those, so definitely a nice addition. So overall, the second curse, definitely a recommend for me, but here's the thing. It's more of Heroes of Tenefyr. It's not going to, fix anything except for maybe the variety issue. If you don't like the core gameplay, you still won't like this. So if you like Heroes of Tenefyr or never tried it and think it's interesting, I would certainly consider picking this up. So good gaming, everyone, and we'll see you at the next stop.